So we've come to the end of our study of the creation decrees of God, which found in Genesis 1:28 through 31. And I want to close with a quote from Matthew Henry here. Matthew Henry was a Puritan. He was a great man of God, and he wrote a commentary series on, along with many other things that he wrote. But many people know him from his commentary of the whole Bible, which is a great commentary. But I want to close with a quote by Matthew Henry, which says, "We are not to think but that God could have made the world in an instant. Could have said, 'Let there be a world,' and there would have been a world in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, as at the resurrection in 1 Corinthians 15:52. But he did it in 6 days, that he might show himself a free agent, doing his own work both in his own way and in his own time, that his wisdom, power, and goodness might appear to us and be meditated upon by us the more distinctly. And now, as God reviewed his work, let us review our meditations upon it. And we shall find them very lame and defective, and our praises low and flat. Let us therefore stir up ourselves and all that is within us to worship him that made the heaven, earth, and sea, and the fountains of water, according to the tenor of the everlasting gospel, which is preached to every nation, Revelation 14:6 and 7. All his works in all places of his dominion do bless him, and therefore bless thou the Lord, O my soul." So as we think about how God created everything in 6 days, the fact that he took his own time, did creation in his own way, like Matthew Henry here said, he could have created in a second. In an instant, boom, everything would have existed. But he chose to create in 6 days, in a certain way, in a certain time, in a certain pattern, creating certain things that he had infinite knowledge, could have chosen an infinite number of different things. Didn't have to create the things that he did create, but chose to create these things because he wanted to. As we think about these things, may it increase our view of who God is, the amazingness of God himself. We should never come to the place where we're like, yeah, big deal. God created in 6 days. We should never come to that place. It should always strike us with awe and wonder that this God of creation, this almighty God, spoke things into existence, created things with such detail and such care, and then would provide for all of his creatures, would provide for their needs, and would care so much for them. It should just strike us with awe and with praise to the glory of God.